I have a special guest with me today. You may or may not have heard of her. She's all things Cardano. She's a Cardano staple operator, the first female Cardano ambassador, as well as Fund 1, Fund 2 Catalyst winner. Please welcome Maria Carmo. Maria, thank you for joining us.
Jamie, thank you for having me here. It's making me so happy to come here and talk to the community and talk to your subscribers. Thank you very much for having me.
Mind giving a bit of a background, like let's say, how you heard about Cardano, why you decided to become a Cardano ambassador and such?
Yes, I'm from Brazil. I'm a Brazilian. And from very early in life, I learned the importance of money, the importance of choice. And I'm always looking for things to make my life better and to outgrow, the kind of the way that you want to be advantage and keeping up with things. And then I was researching the way to keep my money safe, and I came around gold, and then I came around silver. And someone in the gold marketing did a very good documentary in Bitcoin, and it got me very interested in Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is a trip, like you don't get it in the first read, you don't get it in the first video. It's take a long time, and I'm gonna learning, and then I learn about Bitcoin. It blows my mind, the technology and what it could do, and it's why I'm here. We are here because of Bitcoin, you know. And I always want to teach something interesting to people. And when I got to know Cardano and I could compare with other blockchain and I couldn't tell people what you're going to do in the world, what was the plan, what's the mission, I said, oh, wow, I could have a classroom from the kitchen table in my apartment and tell people something that's really kind of going to make difference to them. So I wrote a letter. That was my application to Cardano Foundation. I said, look, guys, I'm a teacher. I'm from Brazil, and my dream is to put together blockchain and education. And then life goes on. I come in, I become a SPO, and I become everything Cardano. And then I found Catalyst. And when I found Catalyst, I said, how can I contribute? I'm not a programmer, I'm not an IT person, but I'm good at managing projects. I'm good in connecting to people. So I put together a team that could serve Catalyst in Fund 2 and Fund 1 we won, and from the two we won again. So I'm here, everything Cardano, and I love it. Life had been crazy, busy, busy, busy. Look, I'm a woman from a development country, and I don't know if you ever felt it, but we don't feel safe in our own skin walking every single street in countries of South America, you know. So we have to be tough, we have to defend ourselves, and we have to thrive. So, and we all have to do it as a human being, as race. So I never take to my knowledge until I become an ambassador that being a woman and being ambassador was important. To me, being a human and care about people and care how they could develop and come here and take advantage of this technology means way more to me than only being a woman. I want to bring things to the table. I want to bring value. And then I came in and show what I was about. And Sweeta met me and said, look, we have this group with all the girls. And I came on in this group and we talk about empowerments. We talk about girls stuff, we talk about from different, the guys, we have a kind of touching feelings. The guy just say it the way they want. We just care about the way we see things. So I'm here in the community, feel very well welcomed from every spectrum of the community, the tech, the high, the low, the rich, the poor, the right, the left, any kind of direction. And I feel blessed to be here.
It's a very inspiring story. I think the first time I saw your interview with Charles Hoskinson, it really spoke to me because I saw somebody who didn't have any programming background or technical background able to reach out to someone like Charles Hoskinson, have them on an interview. And for the most part, you've changed so many people's lives. People that watch that interview will forever be grateful that you introduced them to Cardano. You brought Charles onto your channel.
I saw your video, and your video blowed my mind the way someone in the past blew my mind about Bitcoin. And I said, Jesus, I want to show the universe this video. I want the people to learn about the Cardano from this video because it was very rich and it was very simple, and I pay from my own pocket for the translation for Spanish. I have a huge amount of Spanish funds and I love them. All my tweets now get translated to Spanish by the other people, and I just love it. I feel so blessed. And when I saw your video, I say, guys, I need to show the entire world, the entire universe, this video about Cardano. And when I saw your name, it rings my bell, and I say, is it like the book or it's not like the book? Where does idea come from? And the second question I ask you, where your name come from, didn't I?
And I said, yeah, it's from the book Think and Grow Rich, because that book really changed my life. And I didn't expect to hear your response was as well, the book had changed your life. Do you want to share a little detail on that, on your background there with the book?
Sure, I
Please.
will. Books are very powerful, guys. Doesn't matter the level of education, what knowledge it is, just be like a sponge and learn what you have to learn. Since a very small age, I have to thrive in life. I have my first business. I was 10. I come from a family where my dad and my mom doesn't know to read, and they didn't bear go to school. They have to work very hard to grow up the family. Um, and then we changed from the south of the city of São Paulo to somewhere in the north of Brazil, where it was even poorer than where we are before. And sometimes food was very challenging. And I think my neighbors were seeing that we are struggling, like my entire family. My dad couldn't get work, my mom, you get old and you worth less for the marketing. And they are exactly in that moment when you are getting your 40s and your 50s. And life really hits me hard, but always I find amazing people. Like I found you and your name and everything. It's like everything's magical. A neighbor came up to me and said, I'm gonna show you something. And then the neighbor bring me to her apartment and say, look, here's all this room full of books. And she said, you can take many, many, many books you want, just take care of them and bring them back. And I read about literature, history, I learned about many, many stuff, but that book was there. And I read that book when I was 16, and it's kind of lighten up something on me. But because I was really, really fighting for the next meal, where the next meal will come from, I could never act exactly what the rules of the book were talking about. And then later on in life, like few months ago, before I talked to you, I just discovered that the government or whatever edits the book took off the meaningful words from the book. And I thought was, wow, I want to read the original because it's so powerful. Just say to you, you have to believe, you have to do, you have to work. And if you follow it all the way for a month, for 6 months, for a year, whatever, you will get somewhere because it gives you a desire to want more, a desire to want to be better, a desire to want to win. Sometimes you want to win, but you're going to learn, and the next time you're going to be better.
If you guys haven't listened or read the book, me and Maria, I'm sure, would recommend it for you guys to read.
Open your mind. I would say
Yeah.
open your mind, let your prejudice go, and just absorb, because there's so many prejudice about so many stuff in the world, and in the end, that stuff make good to us.
Yeah. So let's talk Catalyst, because you were the first one to introduce me to Catalyst, Project Catalyst. And
I
I
know.
feel there's no one better to talk to than to you, Fund One winner and Fund Two. Um, so how would you explain Catalyst to somebody who's new? Because we're getting a lot of newcomers into Cardano.
Yeah,
And there's so much to absorb. And when you mention voting, their minds just explode almost. It's a lot of
I know.
information.
I know. Catalyst is a project in Cardano, as the governance system that we are developing. every fund is going to be better, and every fund is going to have more funds. From the fund one, we didn't have a fund because we are building the tools. Fund two, we have $250,000. Fund three, we have $500,000, and fund four that we are already in, going towards, will be $1 million to finance projects that will get voted by the community. Let's say we decide that we need invest in dApps, or we need to invest in entrepreneurs, or we will need to invest in community challenge. That's the three avenues of Catalyst. The people will write proposals to solve that, whatever the problem it is in that challenge, and the community will vote in the best proposals. This proposal will get funded to make sure that that project come to life and is successful.
Mhm. I love it. I love it. Do you could you explain what projects you had that won Fund One and Fund Two?
Yes, the fund one, I have a podcast called Woman Effect, because was a podcast made from girls to the entire community. It will be me and Suita just talking about Cardano and bringing news. And we got voted and got accepted in that fund, but it was just a running round. And then the second time around, the challenge changed, and we needed to bring entrepreneurs and teach people about Cardano's language, that Plutus and Malware. So I changed the object of my podcast to teach people about these two languages so I could address the challenge. Even though I need to bring more people to the team, I still bring on value to the community, delivering these values. My main goal is to deliver the things that I promised to the community that I got funded for. So I don't want to really get involved in any project. But if somebody is out there, have an amazing project and think that I could be part of the team and I could contribute with my network and what I know about the community intelligence, I'm here to serve. I'm here to hear the proposals that people have to me. I have no problem with it. And I also can help other people. Just please just tag me on other scale. Just look for me on Discord. I'm everywhere. I will be happy to read your proposal.
When did cards start, and how did it start? Because I know it's a team effort, right?
Yeah, it's a team effort. So I was so in love about Cardano that I just make my calculations and I decide I couldn't run the pool myself. I would pay someone to have my own pool. And this pool will call 369. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and then I start talking to people, I start meeting people in the community, and then I got my two partners approached me and asked if I could enjoy them, because we have different skill sets, we have different potentials, and we could make a great team. And I kind of thought about it, and I said, I think it's a good proposal, but I asked them, I never want to be shut up about talking about education. I never want to be censored about bring Cardano to people's knowledge. And I want to be doing it with care, with the care of the educator that leads the people very slowly in the direction of learning, not in the direction to kill themselves and lose their money. You know, when people talk about hype stuff or all this pump and dump, all the fight, I always say to my stakeholder group, people manage your risk.
Mm-hmm.
People watch what you're doing, because we are here for the long term. And who is here for the long term don't need to rush about everything and anything all the time. Just take your time learning project by project, layer of after layer, because Cardano is made from layers. Cardano can be very basic and very deep. So you take Cardano as you go and the way you can take it. It's still very new and still very early days. You
Yeah.
know, I have been doing my work for around 7 months, but in the last 2 weeks, we more than doubled the number of delegators. And it just blows my mind. It's like telling me I'm doing something good, I'm doing something that's changed people perspective. Because in my perspective, the stake pool is a mini bank that now offers passive income to people. And I just see every day, every week, and every month we taking off all this power of the bank and become more and more and more independent of the financial system that is out there. And kind, I feel happy. What can I do? I couldn't be in a better place. I feel blessed to be here. I can reach out to any person in the community, any doubt, anything that I need to sort it out. Somebody will show up and say, hold my hand and try to solve whatever it is.
Okay. So, Maria, what would you say is the most challenging thing being a Cardano ambassador, Cardano stake pool operator, and content creator?
The most challenging stuff is to make people understand that I'm not here to explain the high level scientific things of everything in Cardano. I am here to make it simple, to make people to understand bits at the time. Do you think people care about how many Ouroboros we have? One, two, three, four. They don't care. All they need to care is we're gonna have Hydra. We have 1,000 operations per second, and we're gonna have much more. This all that matters,
Yeah,
you
be able
know.
to summarize and put it into easy bite-sized pieces is
Yeah,
very
there is
helpful.
there is lots of pieces, bits and bobs that people don't get. For example, when we're talking about the converter that Cardano has to Ethereum tokens, people still like, what? They didn't get it. They didn't get where we are, what we're doing, but they will because like Singularity moved to Cardano. I think is a brilliant project, and many, many others will come because they need scalability to scale in whatever business they are into. And it is fine. I can touch a little bit here and there in this high level stuff, but it's not what I'm here. I know what I'm talking about. I have been doing MORG courses, was very tough course, and I know what is blockchain. I can explain the difference between them, guys. Give me a break. Come on, I'm here to have fun with you. I still get nervous in interviews. Yesterday I was in the biggest channel in Brazil about crypto and I mixed up the layers of Cardano. I said Baixo instead Byron. And guy, I corrected in the comments. I know I made a mistake and that's fine. Let's go on. Let's enjoy the rest of the content.
Yeah, yeah.
I just would like to address something interesting that I think will be interesting to your public. I am an educator. I have been a teacher in public school for a few years. And I just realized for you to see real change in real people's life from the suburbs, from the edges of the planet, you need at least 5 or 10 years. It's really is depends of the age of the teenager that you are teaching. Because in my case, I teach teenagers. And what I'm seeing in crypto is that a 15 minutes video, a half an hour video, whatever it is, just are changing people's perception. Like, you know, one day I just wake up. The first thing I go and I look at my phone and I got an amazing message saying, I never thought about the future. I never thought about my daughter. I never thought that I actually could have something. No, I'm changing it. And I'm going to change from this week. And every week I'm going to save a little bit. And then next week I come back and say, Maria, I'm doing it. And I like, guys, is inspiration. Inspirations is a bless. So I feel very blessed if I can inspire anyone out there. Please come and tell me that I did that. And please, if you go to Catalyst because you saw my videos, all the videos I produce about Catalyst, tell Catalyst that Maria sent you there, because now they have a referral program where you can tell who send you to Catalyst. And I would love to welcome everybody from everywhere.
You're from Brazil. Your home country is Brazil. How let's talk a little bit about that because that's very important. It's a developing country. Like I'm
Yep.
from the Philippines, you're from Brazil, and right now you are working in Ireland, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Or
I
yeah,
work and live in Ireland, yes.
yes, yes. So, but your heart is in Brazil. Um, how will Brazil be impacted by Cardano? I know right now, I saw somewhere you mentioned that English is, it's definitely not a main language in Brazil, and not very many people can understand it.
Yeah, English. The last time I read, the research says that 5% of the Brazilian population speaks English, right? So these people, for my calculation and my understand, they are already in crypto, you know? And then we need more people coming in to Portuguese language, to subtitles, to translations, to voiceover, to give this information to them. And I'm here doing it since June when I become an ambassador. I'm doing this job, and now life is just exploding. I have no time to anything. My social medias, I have been invited by every single channel in Brazil to talk about Cardano, to talk about my journey, talk about Catalyst. So more and more people get inspired. More and more people are coming to Cardano, and more people are saying, Maria, I'm here because of you. And when I listen to that, this is my Nobel Prize.
As a community, because we're all helping each other, is there something other than you already mentioned referring, using you as a referral for Project Catalyst? Is there something the community can do to help further your vision for Brazil?
I would love to come to the situation where my stake pool could provide more rewards so I could dedicate it to educational purpose like musical, like give grants to people to learn musical, give grants to people to get help after or before school. I could do many stuff, but my stake pool is still so small. I'm so willing to share the cake. I'm so willing to share the prosperity, but I still very small. So see you, if you are out there and you would like to send some love and some delegation, please do, because we'll be very welcome. At the moment, we have the IOG delegation, but soon enough, it go off, and we really need delegators. I do have the numbers. We are almost 700, but I really appreciate if somebody out there, like a whale or someone, wants to park in my pool.
For you to delegate to cards, you're not actually sending Maria or their operators any money. You're just parking essentially in the area and allowing yourself to still collect rewards while still giving a small percentage of the fee to the card stake pool and allowing Maria to do things that can help and give back to the community. Is there anything else you would like to add, Maria?
I would love to say thank you very much for all that you do for me, all your attention, our conversations, the way you help me around my channel, all your patience. I appreciate everything. I appreciate people's time and people attention. And I want to thank you very much for this interview. I enjoy it a lot. And I hope some people can come to you and say, you inspired me. Now I want to interview Charles too because I saw you.
Yes, yes. Well, it started with you, and then I did it, and let's see who else gets inspired. But I appreciate you taking your time to come onto my channel and share what's in your heart and the great passion you have for Cardano. And it'll definitely not be the last time. I'm going to have you on many times going forward. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you very much.